Hi, death of cash in hand. Now, in Australia, bank cards were introduced 1973 or 1975, between that stage. That's when Centrelink has introduced fortnightly payment straight direct in the bank account. You see, 70s, 80s, 90s, early year 2000, many has believed in cash in hand business. FPOS and this cashless card, um, it was a very new thing. Back in the days, many, there's not much a huge difference between cash in hand jobs and a strong work profession, working with wages, salaries, super, taxes, sick leave, annual leave, whatever you guys call it. Now, reason why I'm saying this, sorry, I know I have one eye. His infection is all red. I know you can't see it from here, so I have to shut one eye. Um, it was the norm of doing cash in hand. Everyone believed in cash in hand. The oldies sleep with cash under their pillow, didn't trust the banks. Cash in hand is a direct, physical, hand to hand transaction. It can be a paper form or Australian one. I don't know, I think polyester form, whatever. It was a way, it was a popular. But as we live in the 21st century, cash is being faded because if you get in a cash in hand job, there's no such trace or evidence where this money's coming from because it's hand to hand cash. Many who came to Australia, the early immigrants, the Greeks, the Italians, the Vietnamese, and as well the early waves of Chinese, they all started a business, avoided and pay minimal tax by doing cash in hand. Many of them bought many properties, many of them all fail, or many of them still sustain their business till today. Those who came out and brought a lot of properties, they're the lucky ones. The ones that didn't brought properties are the one that struggles today. They never thought today's world will be very, very high cost of living and daily expenses. Many of them are regretted because they haven't technically built that much savings because they may bought a second property or third property. Now, property is a great investment to put large amount of your money into an asset that it will grow depending on the market or fall or right now stabilize. It's reducing the price. It's a form of asset where it only devalues depending on the society, where a car it devalues. So that's a good thing about a property. You see, many of them you went through this cash in hand route through their entire life, whether they work in the family business or perhaps sleeping under the bed or have a great safe box to secure the money. Now, those who save more than 500,000, they're the ones that is very considered very lucky. The ones that didn't save will suffer. And today's world, cash in hand is still by popular because you earn more. Now, the saddest part about the whole thing is you can hide the money from the government, but cash in hand can create an impulse or saving, depending on the individual, how they use their plan this, their wealth. Those who didn't, those who have bad money management are regretting in today's world not to put money into super, not having super, only have savings. Now, the saving is up to you how you use it. You want to travel around the world, whatever you want. But you have to remember this. Many of them could not afford to go to an aged care facility. And they use their asset for it. But if you don't have money, even if you have money, you may secure in the partner, you may secure one of them to go aged care, but not the second of the family. Husband and wife, they fight to choose who goes to for the retirement village or aged care facility. Many of them who hasn't built a super. Now I'm at the age of 29. I'm out of the workforce for a long time. I must admit, I wasted 4 or 5 years in studying for nothing. But now I have to contribute a lot of money towards to my super to secure my future. Why I label this title "Death to Cash in Hand Jobs" is when you go for a mortgage nowadays, bank loan, car loan, personal loan, they want to know what's your income. Cash in hand job doesn't provide you a statement. And, having legitimate cash from a company to your bank account, that's a legitimate way, regardless if it's a full-time, permanent, part-time, casual, contractors. They know how much you save, how much you spend, and how much you earn. Many people who's in the cash in hand jobs will shift it to cashless, to FPOS, or perhaps the future, the banking system, or upcoming one, the Facebook Libra. Whatever it is, everything has to be traced. So we are forced. Now, whether it's a good thing or bad thing, that's not up to me to say it. Society has changed. But those who has lived the motto of the cash in hand job are regretting today's world. Unlike those who bought multiple properties, those are the lucky ones. Those who hasn't and still have $1 million sleeping under their bed, they don't know. You see, I walked past with my missus today to go to a shopping center, and there was a home loan broker, and he stated, "You don't have money? That's okay. All you need is your super. Contribute 20% of your super, or no matter how much super you have, use that much. If you have the property worth of 20%, you can have the property because it shows you're secure. You're a hardworking bloke, average Joe, goes to work." So, for example, right, I'm just only saying example. If you have wanting to buy $500,000 property and you have more than $100,000 in your super, you're eligible to buy property nowadays because that's a legitimate money and they know you've been legitimate working for many, many decades. This is targeting those who are working long term, and as well those are close to retiree or parents who has earned a lot of money or been working wages for a long time. I wouldn't do it to use my super to go towards the house because that sort of money, it goes to my retirement and aged care and how I'm going to live my life. If I spend all that money towards a house, I'm still in debt. I still owe the bank 80%. So instead of people not having cash in their bank account, they use super now. These brokers and banks, they don't care if you're going to survive or sustain as you get older. Really, they don't. So yeah, even if they do, all they care about is the KPIs and the commissions. And this is why I said many people will force out to cash in hand jobs and direct with this cashless society. They have to, because it has to be under the books, and that is the right thing that the government wants you to do. So that's the video, and many of them who, and I saw a couple of my friends and families who has been through this route, cash in hand, they're all regretting now. They don't know how they're going to plan their future. And even if they sold their hard earning, paid off their mortgage many years, they can't enjoy. They have to sell that property to order to fulfill their future. In the future, there's not going to be much pensions around, and that is the toughest thing to understand.